unmute that because I didn't loop it, so it only went one time through and I wasn't even ready. There.
Hey, everybody.
I'm looking through here real quick. All right. I'm just going to have to say hey, everybody, because I'm already behind.
Hey, everybody. How are y'all? Hope everybody's having a good Mother's Day.
Hey, Lori. Happy Mother's Day. How do we always end up with live on holidays? I don't know how that works out. Anyway. Had a long day today.
Yeah. It's been a long day of nothing.
If you can't tell, Zoe's kind of zoned out.
No, I'm not.
I'm watching comments rolling through here.
I can't see those.
So talk about your trip today. You had a Mother's Day trip.
I did have a Mother's Day trip. My trip today was long and uneventful. It was 650 miles. And here we are. Lori said hit the thumbs up for the zoned out people.
Y'all, we pulled back in about 4:30.
Yeah, I can't see good. Can you bring me my glasses, please?
And went straight to the farm to get some stuff done. And I think we got in a little after 7. And
Got a shower, as you can see. I got wet hair. Thank you.
now you won't have to squint at it.
All right. So,
Put 'em
as
on.
y'all know, I'm cleaning them.
Okay.
As y'all know by now, we took a little trip to our second home of Oklahoma.
Oh,
Oklahoma.
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 He says not Woklahoma anymore.
And we went up on Thursday, and we went with several people. Lori was there, the Eddie family, the Grounds, Cassie and Gary, and all the kids. And we went to the Tri-State Exotic Animal Auction.
Lori said you got your glasses a lot faster than we got our food.
Oh gosh, a lot faster.
That was from Zoe's reel. She posted. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We went and we got to see all kind of stuff. Nick, I think, strategically planned lunch on that day because we all went as a group to eat lunch, and it was in the parking lot of the auction, and everybody got their food except, well, I say everybody got their food. Food started coming out about an hour into the wait. And about an hour and 45 minutes into the wait, the other half of us, being Nick, me, Lori, and Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon didn't get his.
Our food never came out. It was still being cooked, and they said it would be 2 minutes. Oh, yeah, and the Grounds, that's right.
Yeah, the Grounds didn't get theirs either.
And so finally we decided it was just time to cancel our order. It had been almost 2 hours, and the only people that got to eat were the kids and Stephanie and Cassie.
And Cassie. Mm-hmm.
And so...
Hey, Ed.
I think Nick strategically planned that because that was the same time that they were auctioning monkeys. And I got to not see the monkeys.
You got to see them beforehand.
I did not get to see the auctioning of the monkeys.
You did not get to see them being auctioned, no.
But I did get to see them. They were pretty neat. People walking around with a monkey on their shoulder.
3B Homestead asked, where is the auction?
Yeah, Lori said it was in Locust Grove.
Oh, Lori answered.
She did.
I didn't see Lori answer.
It was in Locust Grove.
That dang Lori, she's on top of it.
That's because there's Catherine. Catherine, I just saw your text as we were hitting it. So, yes, we're home. We got home about 4:30 and hit the farm. Wide open, come in, showers, live. Here we are. Hey, Christina. So we, saw some really interesting things. The first day we missed the camels. I was really hoping to throw that number up on a camel, but hope they took it off the tab. They did. They actually gave everybody they had started putting all the food in to-go boxes because they knew we were getting pretty antsy. So everybody who had food in a to-go box got it for free.
Yeah, they did.
They made it right, and we appreciated that. They apparently were not used to groups coming in, which surprised me a little bit.
It's in the parking lot of the facility that has the auction, and they have a 3-day auction going on. I think you've got to prepare for a crowd.
They did not all weekend.
And there wasn't a crowd. It was 21 people.
Well, even the concession was not prepared for what was there. But yeah. Hey, Heather. And so we, the camels were way more than I thought they were going to cost.
I never knew camels were that expensive.
They had some baby bison.
Debbie, she's joking. She said, why a camel or a monkey?
No, from childhood, I've always wanted a monkey, but I do know that monkeys can be gross, And camels do spit, and they slobber. Not just spit, they slobber a lot. Like, for them to be a camel, which is a desert animal, they have lots of saliva.
Yeah, but you have alpacas and they spit.
They do, but they don't slobber like that. You remember the camel?
Oh, I know.
Slobbering everywhere.
Lori says she can tell my hair's wet.
Yeah, it's shiny and wet and dripping. And Nick wasn't gonna let me get a monkey.
No, she's not getting a monkey. That's just joking. And so was the camel thing. It was Brandon and Kevin were the ones wanting a camel. And your question you put out there, no, I take that back. It was me. I did it in the video. People started replying, and there was a lot of people guessed camel, and I don't know why.
Because we kind of joked about a camel, but we did not take a trailer.
Now, Mr. Jim did say we needed a pair of giraffes.
They did not have any giraffes.
Did not.
There were emus. Is the screen blurry, or is it just her eyes? See, that's probably what they're seeing.
So they're seeing this. That up there is clear. So why is it blurry here?
Because you're on that one.
I'm on the wrong one.
Nicholas.
Am I really? I didn't set this up. So this one is the computer?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, God. Add that.
That's going to be this one.
Well, I thought it was.
Well, which one is this? That's this one.
Yeah, that's
so this one is.
So why is it blurry? Because it's clear up here. I don't understand that.
And the voice is not in sync.
Why is that happening?
Lorraine said she thought she had been drinking.
Why is that? We're doing it off the phone. And it's clear.
I don't know.
So Donna says you're clear on the iPhone and blurry on the TV.
But they can hear us clearly.
She says it's clear on her phone and blurry on TV.
I have no idea. It's like a Khufu movie, it says.
I don't know how to fix that. Because what I'm looking at from our camera is clear.
So how about you just close that out?
Close what?
All that right there. Close all that out. We move this forward a hair.
Oh, God. So just close this or close that?
Close the entire computer out.
We're logged into StreamYard on here.
We're logged in on there, too.
Okay, so...
I would No, don't just close it.
That's what you just said.
Close it all out.
Exit here.
Yes. That's not what I said. You are not trusting me. Leave. Not you leave, but leave that page.
Well, I'm trying to do
close
that first.
Now, let's see if just close that.
See if that works.
Close that. Move.
Okay. Jim said all he knows is not being in sync sometimes.
Trust me.
Well, I could see the blurry version on our laptop, but our phone looks fine. She says it's worse. Nope, still blurry. And it's clear as a bell what we're looking at. They said it got worse.
You're going to have to do it on the computer then.
Oh, crud.
We're going to have to use the computer camera. You
mean the part you just told me to close out?
Well, thank goodness you can log back into things on the computer. Not that. Close that. Open the Explorer.
Baby. I'm closing all this garbage so it's not running at the same time. And it opens itself back up. There.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Right here.
Yes.
Kung Fu video.
Enter.
We tried to stop using the laptop because the Wi-Fi would screw up so much, but we may have to. All right. Now, so we need to let this come up and remove that one, or add that one and remove this
one. Okay, go ahead and add that one.
And remove this one.
Okay.
I got it. Unmuted. Remove this one, right?
I'm going to close this out.
Hold your breath.
Now.
How about that? But the camera on this computer is terrible. Look, we don't have to get another webcam to put on this. How about that?
Okay.
Instead of using our phone, we'll just use an external webcam.
Better. It's the phone internet.
The phone internet.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped using the laptop because the Wi-Fi would crap out on us. Whatever.
Now we look down and our double chins are hanging out.
Look up like this.
Talk to y'all like this now. Let me move this so we can have some light.
The camera is terrible on this laptop. It is awful. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to add a webcam to it.
Okay.
Y'all, we're going to actually get this right one day.
No. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will. Mm-hmm. One day we will.
Doubt it.
I didn't say it'd be anytime soon.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Well, one day.
Laura said now that I got my glasses on, she can see us better.
Good deal. All right. Everybody says it's better now.
Now, let's talk about the animals we saw.
Yeah, talk about animals.
It's okay, Nick. Take a deep breath in and say the sun is warm and the grass is green.
Amy said put a book on the computer. Amy, we used to do that.
Cliff sees your boogies.
What?
He said he sees your boogies.
I think he was talking about yours.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Every time you go to Oklahoma, you come back coughing.
I'm not coughing.
Did you cough?
I'm
so used to it at this point. I don't know.
Maybe I did.
There's big family.
A lot of that is chronic, Steve. That's still dealing from the C word. Oh, Amy, don't be sorry. We did used to do that.
We did. We used to put a box under.
We put a box under.
I might have to do that.
So the camera would be better, but we started using the phone because it has a better camera than the laptop and would be clearer and better light. Mm-hmm. But no, we're just going to deal with what we got for tonight. We look kind of gray.
We do. That's okay. Let's not worry.
Anyway, keep going.
So we saw some really cool bison babies.
Bison bottle babies.
Bison bottle babies. Bison bottle babies grow up to be big old babies. Big things.
Yeah.
But they were really cool. They looked like miniature cows to an extent, right?
Turn that a little bit so you're not off the screen. There. How about that?
And they were really neat to see.
We should have brought Catherine a bison baby back.
Yeah, Tony would have loved you.
I could have just let Tony wire me the money.
Laura, she didn't see the bison. Maybe she had already left by then.
Or was it before she got there? No, it was the second day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was early. It was before she got there.
They did bottle babies first.
They did it early.
They did them
It was before,
right off the
probably
bat.
before Lori got there. Were they read?
Go back to Julie. Asked for prayer request for her husband.
What? Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm scrolling looking for it.
Keep going.
Isn't her husband's name Mike? I think she's mentioned him before. I try to remember stuff like that, guys, but I'm kind of old.
Keep going.
Oh, it was way back.
It was when we were having issues. Keep going. Keep going.
I can see the names.
There
it is. I was right. Her husband's name is Mike.
And click it.
Yeah. You want to put it on the screen?
Yeah. There. Now you can scroll down and we'll have it all good.
And then we'll be caught back up. Okay. Yes, Lori, I am old. Very.
We had a conversation about age at the restaurant.
Oh, he has to have heart surgery.
Oh, goodness.
Well, Julie, we will certainly add him.
That's right.
Go up here. Take that.
Ooh, Wade, have to send you the link to that so you can check that out.
I have a really good web camera I can plug into this thing.
Okay. Susan said she's older than you, but she don't feel old, I bet. Laura, did you buy anything at the auction?
What'd you get, Lori? Y'all may have to wait on Lori's video to find out what she did at the auction. Just like you're going to have to wait on the video to find out what we did at the auction. Bunch of nosy folks. Go back to talking about the animals.
Well,
She said, I fought the urges and fought the peer pressure.
She did. She was good.
Was she getting peer pressure?
She was. We were trying to get her to fall into the trend.
Oh.
And she would not succumb to the trend.
There was a trend of a species that was going pretty heavily among our group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm trying to read. The other thing that was pretty neat were the kangaroos.
Did you bring home anything besides chickens from Walkers?
Yes. Not from the Walkers, but we did bring home something else.
Now, you're one telling me to hush, and you're going to say
they already knew we went to an auction. Cliff said, can I talk to Farmer Ripley?
No, you may not.
No.
No speaking to him.
It was pretty neat, though, to see the waves of the people that came in and that, certain people had certain things on their agenda. There was baby alligators, and there were, what else was there?
Yes, Wade, she mentioned what you said about that camera.
I saw a tarantula come through there.
Multiple tarantulas.
We actually knew somebody that got one.
Yeah. Lori said you forgot your goat at her house.
Oh, goodness. I guess I need to go back to Oklahoma. Christina, I cannot tell you.
We
I
can't
cannot
give it
say
away.
yes or no.
It's going to be in the video on Tuesday, and Zoe will give it away.
Yeah. And
And
so
Farmer Rhett would give it away.
they would for sure. And what else did we see? My goodness, lots of llamas and alpacas.
You were mentioning certain groups. You know, there were like those two guys that were sitting kind of down in front to our left. They had a ledger. And there were certain things they were buying, and they had brought some things to sell. And once their shopping was up, they closed the book. They didn't even stay for the rest of that day, much less come back the next day.
They had things they wanted.
They were gone.
Hey, Andale. Yeah, they had things on their list that they needed or a budget, one or the other, and they met it and they were gone. And I saw different people doing that, and it was pretty neat. Oh, there was porcupines. There was lots of the big turtles. You can keep your spiders. I had a huntsman spider on my wall 2 days ago. It took me an hour to pluck up the courage to kill it. We did not get Sir Francis Drake. We did not.
No. But somebody asked, did she post something about Ransom riding?
Probably a real Ransom rode.
I just haven't seen it.
I hadn't either.
She said, what was he riding?
I actually took a video of him too, but I hadn't sent it to her.
Well, wasn't it a Highlands bull?
It was. It was a big one. And
that had been his petting zoo.
The petting zoo bull. It was actually the same petting zoo that comes to all of the Okie expos. It was time for him to get a new bull, so he took his to the auction, and he wanted to show how gentle the bull is, and Ransom rode him in the rink.
Amy said Gary put it on the last video.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. We've been driving, y'all. But yes, he was a.
Highland. Is that what you said?
What did I say?
I'm not sure what you said.
I thought I said Highland.
You might have. I'm not sure. Yeah.
That's what I meant if I didn't say it.
Tony said if he had a huntsman spider in the house, he'd just move.
Kathy said it had to be small to fit in the truck because we didn't take the trailer.
That's right. All we had was the bed of the truck.
Mr. Jim said we should take a trailer load of snapping turtles to the auction.
Ooh.
They sold a lot of turtles.
They did sell a lot of those that get really huge. It fit in one of those Tupperware containers.
Those were big tortoises of different kinds. But I saw, and Mr. Jim, you'll appreciate this. I saw them, and they tried to fancy up the name, but they just brought a regular old river soft shell turtle out there. Did. And I said, that I catch those while I'm brim fishing, and they're trying to get $1,500 for it. You need to
ban that G&G Farms for her time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to mute that one.
The reason why folks take their animals to the auction, the animals are a pain in the butt, or they won't behave, or sick, or won't reproduce anymore. And
that's probably the case for a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, and that was something that you have to be kind of leery of is what people don't. I'm not going to get rid of something just because I love it so much and I want to keep it around. But some people were selling them because it was time to trade up their breeding stock. Like it was time to swap up their bulls, or it was time.
Or they were selling the offspring because that's what they do is breed them and sell them.
Yeah.
And if they didn't sell directly off their farm, they brought them to the auction to try to get them moved. But you had, and that's the case. I've been going to horse and cow auctions for years, and I've never had a heifer or female anything run across there that they didn't say was bred back.
Exposed. Yeah, everything they wanted to tell you.
She's possibly bred back. This one's been exposed.
Everything. It's like, just go ahead and assume it's not pregnant, and then if it is, surprise, you win.
Yeah.
But yes, Steve, we love Benjamin too. Benjamin was super sweet and takes that bottle real well.
They did get to see us hauling the stuff back for them.
We all take calves to the auction. Maybe older ones have problems.
Yeah. Well, calves are a different story. We're talking about older type animals. But like in cattle auctions, that's where most
Right.
farmers
Well,
take
and
their calves.
when you're doing exotic animals,
Exotic's different.
sometimes it's time to just trade up your exotic species too. If you've got too many miniature ponies, then it might be time to trade in one to get an alligator.
Well, now I've been to several where it was a special bull auction.
Yes.
And you're not selling them because they're an issue. You're selling them because it's time to trade your bull.
I bet you've been to Bynum's sale.
I have not. That's got to be Angie.
Yeah, no self-control.
I have no self-control. I would have gotten in deep trouble.
Yes, you would have.
Well, that's why Zoe doesn't get the bid card.
But I knew the number, and I almost.
Can we tell them a really funny story, just not tell them what we were bidding on?
Yeah. Go ahead. You have to do it because I will tell them what happened.
You will. You're right.
Lorraine is right. You bid to you need to sell to be able to get in new blood.
That's exactly right. Y'all, you can't keep the same bull all the time because he's gonna start having daughters on it. It's the same as with Henry. We would eventually had to have, if we stayed with the pigs, we would have had to trade our boar out if we kept any of his daughters.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't keep any of them for breeding. We had planned to, and we changed our mind. She said it's in a Tala.
Uh-huh.
I might have to try that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all, I've got a funny auction story. And I can't tell you yet what we were bidding on, but Zoe did not know that I planned to bid on it because we had talked about something else. I saw this come up, and I was like, I'm going to take a shot at it at this price. I raised my card. He calls me. We're good to go. Zoe turns and looks at me and says, did you just bid on that? In the meantime, a woman across the room had outbid me. And I shook my head yes at her. Guess what? I just bid again. Because he's looking back at me to see if I'm coming back up. Well, previously throughout the auction, when something got to a certain price, I would look at Zoe and she'd shake her head no, and I'd nod out. And he would know I was done. Well, this time, I nodded yes to Zoe, answering her question that yes, I had just bid, and I bid again. Well, the lady rebids. At this point, Zoe and I are having a full-blown conversation.
Nodding at each other.
And we're nodding at each other. You know what? We won.
Luckily, it was only up 2 bids. And
yeah, it wasn't a lot. I'm glad that sucker didn't go for 10 grand.
That would have been terrible.
Zoe said, Did you just accidentally? I said, no, I meant to bid. And she said, you bid on that? And I said, yes. Well, he's looking dead at me, and he moves on. We're ready to go.
You're going to have to wear neck braces next time.
Well, I'd already told Zoe that I was going to keep the bid card in my pocket because she talks with her hands. She'd have been waving it around. And then here we are bidding on stuff by John. Y'all.
Did they have loggerhead turtles?
I don't think so.
I don't recall that name.
They had a lot of fancy types of tortoises.
They did have birds.
That. But they did pop out there with red grove soft shell river turtle.
Yeah, they did.
But our group there got the biggest kick out of that story because they couldn't figure out what we were doing, what we were laughing at. And we got tickled.
Lana said her mom almost cost her $19,000 at an alpaca auction because she was waving at somebody.
Well, one of the kids got the bid card and was waving it around, and the auctioneer caught it and realized what was going on.
He said, is he bidding on that?
He said, is he bidding?
He's like, no.
Uh-oh, Tony's off to bed. It is pretty late for Tony.
Yeah, they were like,
See you, Tony. We'll make sure to bring Catherine back buy some babies next time. But either way, it was a lot of fun, and they got a really and there was something else. Y'all, if you don't watch them, you need to because they're good friends of ours. But most of you probably watch Ground's Family Farm,
Uh-huh.
and they have the two little girls. They're like female farmerettes, so y'all would get a kick out of them. So Kevin and I were both bidding on something, and both of us thought the other bidder was behind us.
I
We
know.
didn't realize we were sitting on the same row.
And we turned and we looked at each other like, oh no, and both of us stopped.
Zoe said, "It's Kevin." I said, "Oh crap." Well, he noticed it at the same time, and we ended up winning that one too.
Yeah.
But with what?
The capybara. That big old thing we got.
What is a capybara?
A capybara. That big old gopher.
Oh, so that's what somebody kept calling chupacabra. It looked like some kind of big rat.
Oh man, it is. It's like a giant cavy rodent.
No. Jacob said, "Note to self: never get in a conversation where nodding is involved during an auction."
Yeah, don't
That
do
is
that.
absolutely right. But
She said,
was
"Oh my
funny.
gosh, Nick."
Sorry, Lori, I didn't even know what it was.
Well, Lorraine, they had them up for auction, and I love it.
What?
Them capybaras.
Oh yeah.
Those things were in giant dog
They
kennels.
had big kennels. I didn't even know what they were called.
They had to be 60 or 70 pounds.
They were big.
They rolled them in like, woo. They had
Sorry, Lori, I messed up your thing there. She was trying to tell everybody we got one of those big rats.
You were
I
being
didn't know what it was.
You're being a wordsmith today. You need a good pond for them, though. Oof.
They look like they would destroy a pond.
Yeah, they look like a big old beaver or something.
Well, I was talking about me and Kevin bidding against each other.
Uh-huh.
So there was something else way later, like the second day. I don't even remember what it was. But something, I actually pulled the card out of my pocket about to bid, and Kevin bid, and he was sitting right in front of me, so I put it up. And when he turned around, I said, "See, this works out better when we're not sitting in a straight line." Because I was behind him. He had no clue I was fixing to bid. And he bid on it, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to run it up, so I put it in my pocket.
Oh, goodness. If the zombie apocalypse happens, you can. Can you eat them?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you can.
Ed said it's a rat, a darn rat.
It is a rat.
It is. They're gigantic.
It's a huge rat. Ooh. What are you holding up?
No. I'm gonna guess that it's an exotic bird. No, it's just massive. They did have exotic birds. They had
they had lots. And they bid off one cage full. It was like 10 times money for parakeets. You bid on the whole cage full.
There was 15 parakeets.
Was it 15? Was 15 times money then?
There was lots and lots of things that come through.
Catherine says she won't make it through the zombie apocalypse. She's not eating a rat.
It was just neat to see. Like, we don't have that kind of stuff here. That's what everybody said. You drove all the way here for that. Well, yeah, I heard that they were selling cockroaches last year. Hissing cockroaches.
Lorraine said, did they have any meerkats? She would definitely buy a few of those. No, but they had that thing you wanted that looked a whole lot like one. Mm-hmm. What was that? Lemurs.
Yeah, they had lemurs.
Zoe tried her best to get me to buy a lemur. No, I wasn't, especially not for that kind of money. That was crazy.
Yeah, they are.
It was like $700 or $800 for those things.
Yeah. Yeah, the kangaroos.
And they just got big old eyes.
$2,500 at least for baby kangaroos.
Yeah, they had lots of baby kangaroos.
Several. They did have snakes. Yeah. Oh, there was a boa constrictor.
Well, Angie, let me go ahead and tell you. If you missed that part, luckily we were gone to lunch gone to eat when Zoe missed her auctioning off the monkeys.
Yeah.
Zoe was convinced that she needed one of these little marmosets. And I was like, no, you do not. Well, she wanted to at least see. And that was when Brandon informed her that last time they went for like $15,000.
Yeah, I just didn't even bother them.
But there are people all over that place with monkeys.
Walking around with a monkey. One of them, we love our children. But, sometimes when your kid is always touching you.
Lori said we weren't going to eat. We were going to watch Cassie eat.
That's right. We don't get to eat because we ain't boomers.
Anyway, go ahead.
But we, as a mom or as a dad, sometimes you get tired of just being pulled and touched. Well, this woman had a monkey in her hair. And she looked like this the whole time because that monkey was just hanging on her hair.
Sitting on her shoulder.
With his
holding her hair.
Like this. And I'm thinking, my kids tap me all the time. And that drives me nuts. And this woman's got a monkey in her hair like this. And it stayed there all day. And I'm like, no, why? But they did. There was lots of monkeys, lots of kangaroos in people's pouches.
Lorraine said you don't need. They sold special bags to carry them in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Little baby kangaroos, and they were everywhere.
Oh, they had a sugar glider.
They sold one.
They had one.
One sugar glider, but they had. Wasn't there some kind of special thing? It was that enclosure they sold for sugar gliders.
Yeah. They had an enclosure that's on. Heather said to properly raise them, you got to be with them 24/7. That's too much work. We'd have to hire a farmer and a nanny. That's right. That's right. I thought about that on the way home. I was like, if I had a monkey, I wouldn't know what to do because you have to have them all the time. You can't kennel them during the day.
All these little monkeys had diapers and
bottles and dresses and
clothes on and
leashes.
And Cassie was telling me about little finger monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
She said they sit on your finger and you have to feed them out of a syringe. They can only take like a couple of cc's at a time. And I said, well, don't even mention that to Zoe. Zoe walks up and she says, Zoe, let me tell you.
Ginger, they said they had a sloth last year.
The lady at the gas station told us they had a sloth last year.
Uh-huh. See, Lori said they're so cute.
Well, thankfully, we didn't see any of those.
Well, the only thing is we could not handle something that little because we are not gentle.
No. No, that wouldn't work out.
She said it'd be like adopting a new baby for life. That's right.
Kayla says she had sugar gliders.
When her
they
kid
kept them up all night. Well, they only sold one, but they did have this big, nice enclosure cage thing, and it sold for like $150.
Yeah, the enclosure,
it was
not the sugar.
Yeah, it was wood.
Yeah,
it was a nice.
If you don't have sugar gliders, you don't have no reason to buy it.
Well, I guess so, but I think you could use it for other things.
Well, I'm sure
they had like little perches and stuff in there, and said it was 4 sugar gliders. That thing was huge.
It was. It was neat to see. Like I said, we don't have that kind of thing here.
One Scott said, you gotta love Cassie.
Ooh. She
you can't help it.
Yeah. She just comes in and she's like the life of the party. We're just like, Cassie comes in, she's like, let's go eat.
I thought Lori was the life of the party. She come in handing out hugs to everybody.
She did. I know. I was so excited that she wrapped her arms around me and just loved me so much.
She's in the ball. Y'all, they told that waitress at the Mexican place that Cassie was in charge. Yeah. That she had to decide if we could all.
Mom says they're tiny monkeys. I saw babies in Canada who wrapped around their trainer's finger, like you said. She said, y'all need Jesus.
Yeah, now they were very small, but these were something they call finger monkeys. I don't know. Finger monkeys. Fingerlings?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe that's just baby marmosets. Reckon?
It might be.
She said she saw babies in Canada who wrapped around their trainer's fingers, so maybe that's what they are.
Lorraine, that's exactly what Lori
Lorraine, we
did.
were joking. Lori is not a hugger.
Smallest mammal in the world is a pygmy marmoset. I bet.
Angie could get like 5 or 6 of those and just have them
She
on every
would.
finger.
And it'd be just so peaceful. I could just see the peaceful.
And I bet Wes would love it. Linda, we did not learn to say boomer sooner. We packed up our stuff to go.
We made them.
We still didn't get to eat. Lori, we admitted to it.
She said, I'm not either. They lie and they need Jesus.
We were just joking.
She ain't passing out no hugs.
I think Zoe actually forced a hug on Lori at the Okie.
But she would hug Ransom.
He's little.
I'm little.
But I think you forced one on her at the. Was it you or somebody?
Tanya said, watch one episode of When I Was Prey and you won't want a monkey.
There are a couple of stories out there of like people with chimpanzees and they mauled them. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could get that with any animal though. I
think
but my animals could turn on me.
Now these are little bitty monkeys you're talking about. I still think they could
do damage,
do a lot of damage, but like
it could rip your hair.
Chimpanzees are like stupid strong, and it's bad.
So let's talk about something good. My alpacas did not miss. I mean, they didn't forget me. I was so worried that I was going to come back and they were going to forget me.
Lori said they sold chimpanzees last time.
I'm going to have to go back in the fall.
You're going to have to go by yourself in the fall because I'll be at work.
Everybody will come. I will fall under peer pressure.
You can go. You just ain't getting a bid number.
You don't know what I'll do. You won't be there. I'll just tell Cassie to bid on it, and I'll write a check.
I need to just go ahead and remove your name from the account before you go.
Hi, DJ's Adventure.
New to this chat. I don't know what to warn you about.
I did not find out what kind of chips they like. We haven't tried it again just because they've been eating their feed out of my hand. Every day, I have figured out every day when it's time to feed to go in.
We need to ask her that, though.
I do. And offer them their feed from my hand first. And that has really helped. That really has helped is just to say, here, here's you some peace offering. Just love me. And they do that. They do love me.
Zoe says they do.
They do. Try carrot chips. We're exhausted.
We are exhausted. Cassie, we've been talking about you. Actually, Lori has been talking about you, and we were trying to defend your honor.
She said we're liars.
She did say we were liars and that we needed Jesus.
We all need Jesus. So I haven't tried anything except the standard potato chips that day, Lay's potato chips, and their feed, just because their feed is working. And I walked in today and I said, hey, boys, Mama's back. I hope you didn't forget about who I am. And here's you some feed. And here they come and got feed. So I said they didn't forget me. I was gone long enough that they might have. She said you didn't tell me. You didn't warn me about them. Lorraine said my cousin's alpacas used to nearly choke if they were given anything other than their feed. Well, I didn't think they could do. I don't know what else alpacas would eat, but she said that they liked potato chips because they were like petting zoo animals, and so
this lady that we got the alpacas from told Zoe that was a treat that they liked. Mm-hmm. But I assure you, if it was anything dangerous for an alpaca, she wouldn't give it to them.
Right.
We're talking about a lady that is super strict on the health and all of her alpacas. So I felt okay with it that she said.
Obi actually took a small...
You're going to have to read that off because people with Facebook can't see all this Lori stuff that she's saying so terribly about us.
Lori, Cassie said, "Sorry, Lori, can't trust anybody these days." And Lori said, "I guess not, Cassie."
She has said that Cassie didn't warn her about us being liars and whatever.
The
Lori
Lori
stuff.
We I'm gonna ask her.
I get
Christina.
such a kick out of Lori. I can't help it.
She says she hers liked carrot chips and horse treats that had no copper.
Yeah, we know not to give them the copper, but
the carrot treats.
This was just potato chips.
So I'm gonna have to look for that, like raw carrot chips,
maybe, or like dehydrated.
I'm gonna have to find them just because I would like to offer them something different if they're used to getting some.
But she specified potato chips, didn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll just see. But they took it out of my hands, and all was well with the alpacas.
Yeah, I made sure I didn't know if you had even told Cassie or not, but I was telling her that Shadow was following Tinsel's lead.
Yeah.
Eating out of your hand.
Yeah, he's doing really well, and he lets me rub on his neck when he's feeding from my hand.
He did today.
He's so cute. He looks like E.T. All I know is Lori told me that told the waitress to be mean to me. Oh, goodness.
Well, she says she's 8 miles from the house, so
they're about to
getting their jabs in.
They
Dee wants to know when you're going to sell them to him.
No.
I already told him no. I said, you won't get those alpacas
from
Zoe.
Alpacas are not leaving.
I tell you what, that's somebody that would wrap up at an exotics auction and beat Dee Davidson. If he goes to that auction, he'd have to haul 3 trailers.
He would. They would love it. That'd be right up their alley. Maybe they prefer ruffles. I wondered that too. Her friend named her new service dog Obi. Oh, that's sweet.
Got him on May the 4th. Mr. Jim said maybe they prefer ruffles.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Animal crackers. That's a
everything loves animal crackers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a given. That one's easy to do.
She told him that she was the boss, not that she was.
I know. I noticed that Lori said Jesus is coming soon.
He is.
I think she's tired of all of us.
Where are you going? Oh,
nothing. I'm
adjusting. These chairs are not all that great.
I wanted to give you credit for something.
What?
Well, 2 things actually. Y'all, Zoe drove about halfway home today. Well, we kind of swapped up, but she did about half the driving. And in honor of Mother's Day, I did not make fun of her driving. I can't say I didn't sigh and stuff like that, but I didn't say anything about your driving, did I?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
When?
You said, found first pothole you could.
We had gone 100 feet.
Found first pothole you could.
I let
on them brakes.
No, I didn't say that at all today. You're used to it, but I didn't say that.
Come off that exit a little hot, and you said.
And I didn't say a word. You said it.
You went,
I didn't do that. We swapped.
Cassie said Gary hadn't let me drive all day. Darn.
We swapped drivers, and she had made it all of 100 feet before she knocked the bottom out from under the truck. But I said one time, I said, "Hey, you're a little close," and he's like, "I know," and you're backing off. And the next vehicle she got the same distance from, so it didn't matter. But I did not say anything. He
knew all I did while he was sleeping for those 3 hours.
There is no telling. I did get to sleep. Cliff,
it wasn't that bad if you got to sleep.
I had to go to sleep just so I wouldn't say something. I figured if I
was going to put him to sleep if he said something.
It was Mother's Day. I didn't need to say anything.
Oh, so the things you did say were just because it was
Cliff,
the morning of Mother's Day?
Let me tell you, Zoe wants to leave at a time that we here in the South call butt crack. That is the crack of dawn. Yeah. That's what we call it down here.
The butt crack.
Zoe wants to leave that early to go ahead and get on the road, but the problem with that is that as soon as we get in the car, Zoe goes back to sleep.
I did.
So she can get up as early as she wants because she's going back out as soon as we get in the car.
I did.
Blanket and all.
I didn't even turn the radio on because he was going to make me try to scan through the stations. And I wasn't going to do it. So I just turned the radio off and put a blanket on and went to sleep.
She did. She pulls that blanket up and out. But she did drive about half the way, and we were kind of listening. Once I woke up from getting a decent nap, we were listening to some videos, and I heard Jason talking about his accomplishment on Facebook as a wordsmith. And he had like a little emblem on his Facebook to show that he was a wordsmith. Y'all, the Zoeisms have paid off. Zoe is also a wordsmith. That's the award. I don't know if you can see it. See, she's a wordsmith.
I am.
That's from Zoeisms, but
I thought about a shirt today.
You got a wordsmith badge.
I need somebody to draw me one of them caricatures where they make all of your parts of yourself you don't like expressed really big.
I need you to read Londa's comment because I'm not gonna.
And then it's gonna say my favorite Zoe is an ism.
My favorite Zoe is an ism.
She said Tom does that too. He yells out pothole every time there's a bump in the road. I'm like, dude, I'm just driving the road. I didn't pave it. Shut your pothole. Well, see, I was trying to dodge some, but then Memphis is nothing but one big pothole.
No, I couldn't say a word about Memphis.
That was terrible.
Y'all, they've got so much construction on that the GPS sent Zoe down. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's Highway 78
she
in
said
Memphis.
It's still Mother's Day.
Highway 78 in Memphis is horrible. So she couldn't dodge them all on that one. This one was getting back on the highway on a ramp, and there was one hole.
Yeah, Angie said her goats snub and pout when she gets back from a trip. I'm telling you.
I thought your alpacas would.
I thought they would. They'd be like, nope, I don't know you no more. But they didn't.
Wade said he's been there, done that, leaving it to crack of dawn.
We have to, because we can get through the busiest parts of some of them towns before, going down through Alabama before everybody gets on the road is much better, because there's going to be an accident somewhere on 65.
Yeah.
And true. Luckily today, all the accidents were on the other side of the road.
But Zoe doesn't mind getting up early because as soon as we get in the truck, she's going back out anyway.
Yeah. she said that road is off of my car. I almost fell in one of them potholes.
What are they?
She's talking about Lori said we brought a chupacabra home. A carabara.
I'm trying to figure out what Jackie and Lori are talking about.
Shame. Like you told Cassie, God's coming soon. They're talking about going back and forth.
Oh.
They're going to save it in case of a zombie apocalypse and need it. Be glad I trust you.
She wants to know how's Jack. That's Grammy.
Oh,
she said, how's Jack?
He's fine. He was good. All is good.
All right. I think we need to wrap up.
We're going to die tonight. Not like.
Oh, you mean from being tired?
I didn't mean it like that.
Oh
gosh,
that
sounded terrible.
Lori's already talked you into smothering me with a pillow or something.
So no, we're tired.
We're not telling it yet, Jackie. It's coming out on video on Tuesday.
We couldn't tell yet. Then we wouldn't have a video for Tuesday.
Yeah, my videos are bad enough as it is. I don't know.
What about your video? You didn't ever talk about it. Do you not want to discuss that? I know you did.
No, because then I'm gonna get too many questions.
Just know,
Either
if you
way,
watched the video, it was not concerning anybody that any of you guys watch.
And they didn't say anything to us.
No, but it has affected some of our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have agreed with the things that you've said. Look, we're all in this race together, and we're just all trying to get through to the finish line.
Yeah, that was. It's not important, but it was just a channel went on. I guess they were kind of on the defensive, feeling left out, and they started attacking some friends that you all watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, they probably don't even know who the heck I am, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is stupid.
Yeah.
But that's about the extent of it. That was as far as
it's hard to. Good night, Mr. Jim. It's hard to do this homesteading virtually already. You know, it's hard to do it on social media already.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all doing the same thing. So why can't we just get along and stop having issues? Because if all you ever have is issues, then people are not going to want to support you. You know?
I was trying to leave it alone because
that was our video.
I said what I said on the video.
Yeah, unscrewing somebody else's bulb so you shine brighter is not
well.
cool.
I know I saw some people saying, "Hey, don't worry about this kind of." Y'all, they weren't attacking me. I wasn't worried about it. I just thought it was silly that they were attacking somebody else.
Anybody at all. That's
I just thought it was kind of goofy, and it was like, if you are feeling left out, I think probably the worst thing you could do, if you think there's a clique, you probably shouldn't attack those people. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. The biggest deterrent when I see the thumbnail with drama in it every single time I give up. Us too.
I get it.
Yep. Because there's enough already without choosing to watch it. I've been risking my life lately by putting a newly fermented 15-year-old behind the wheel.
Well, I have a new one now when Zoe hits potholes because she was talking about Mackenzie hitting so many holes, and she said, well, it's in the way. She said, you straddle them. So now every time Zoe hits one, I said, hey, you can straddle that, Mackenzie.
All right, we're going to go eat some dinner. We don't even know what it is.
We're not going to eat all of it, just some of it.
Just some of it. And then we're going to go to bed. So
yes, we're going to crash. I hope Cassie made it home safe. I hope Lori will forgive us for lying on her and all that good stuff. Right. Guys, we'll have a video on Tuesday, and y'all join us live again Wednesday.
That's right. We'll be here. Maybe y'all will. If not, I'm sorry if we upset you, because that's just what we do.
Bye, guys.